Hello, welcome back to my TikTok channel, Video Gamers Oasis. I'm your host, Jeremy, back again. Taking a little break from the gaming. I hope you had an enjoyable weekend. I'm going to do some more reading of Art of Atari by Tim Lapetino. It's a great history book on the various talented artists in the Atari Corporation. And we're reading about box art. Recently we read page 81. We learned about football, the Atari 2600 video game. Front page artwork. Now we're going to be reading 82 and page 83, and we're going to learn about the Atari 2600 game, Home Run. It's a baseball game, obviously. And so we're going to get right into that chapter. Before we get into our reading, would you please be so kind as to send some love to my TikTok? Follow me if you like what you see so far. Send some likes to my YouTube channel, Video Gamers Oasis, on YouTube. So subscribe and click the notification bell when you get a chance. I do appreciate it because I try to put some really interesting content for gaming enthusiasts. I do some gaming, but I do a lot of video game research, history, and video game trivia. So I hope you enjoy that. Make sure to follow me on Twitter, VGO_tweets. Facebook is Video Gamers Oasis. And of course, TikTok is Video Gamers Oasis. Instagram as well. And Twitch, I do some streaming. I want to get back into my Ghosts and Goblins gaming. I'm planning to do an NES version of the Ghosts and Goblins. I'm having some problems with the Atari version, and I'm using a game controller, NES. I'll let you know when I'm online, and I won't be cheating. I know there's some people who get really pissy that I was doing rewinding, and I shouldn't have done that, and I'm sorry, but I'll make sure to start from the beginning and work with the classic Nintendo version and play with the classic Nintendo controller. It's an emulator, but it's still very authentic. So I hope you guys can still be patient with me as I work on improving myself. So thanks so much for tuning in. Now we're reading Art of Atari by Tim Lapetino, box artwork. We're reading page 82 and page 83. And we're reading about the Home Run video game for the Atari 2600. And we'll quickly look at this artwork before we get into the actual article. It's a painted artwork of two baseball players from different teams. There's a baseball behind them. Number 32, I believe the number 32 is on the baseball. There's actually other baseball players. Gentleman on top is blue and white. Other gentleman is dark gray and white. The gentleman, the baseball player on the left corner is blue and white, and the gentleman, baseball player, is wearing red and white uniform. To the right side, or to the left side, appears to be an umpire telling the baseball player is either safe or out. On the right side of the painting is a big baseball stadium with crowds of fans cheering and clapping and hooting and hollering for their team. So it's a very nice artwork, painting. Very nice quality. Pardon me for a moment. Yep, Buddy's relaxed. He's not causing any mischief. Moving on to page 83, Home Run. We'll first of all look at these. Excuse me. We're going to first look at this close-up of this artwork. This photograph first of the actual game, Home Run for the Atari 2600. Describing it for those who are just listening. It's a bright grass green screen. And on the top of the screen is a purple number 0, and on top of the screen, the right side is a orange or reddish orange number 0. Below the purple number 0, it's obviously a score. We have the letter I, and the number 1. And below the letter I is a white 0, and then below the number 1 is a white 0. On the right side of the screen, below the reddish orange 0 is B, what appears to be B, and 0. And below the B is number 5, and below the other 0 is number 0. That's the score of the game. And there is a purple baseball player on the top of the screen, and the bottom of the screen is a reddish red or reddish orange baseball player, and there are 4 diamonds, and apparently the reddish orange baseball player has the ball. That is a very, very simple baseball game for the Atari 2600, but I'm sure it's very fun to play. Wouldn't mind seeing some gameplay of the classic game on YouTube or on TikTok or even on Twitch. Home Run. Here's the description of the game. First paragraph of the chapter. Home Run. Home Run was Atari's first attempt at a baseball game for the 2600, and it shows in the incredibly simple gameplay and graphics. Unable to include features like fly balls or independent fielders in this version, Atari would vastly improve on Home Run with its real sports baseball game, showcasing how much programmers had learned to squeeze out of the 2600 console. And here is a description of the artwork. Left arrow, or left arrow pointing to the left side of the screen. Cover art for Home Run 2600. Artist, Cliff Spohn. Let's zoom out for a moment here. Here's the great photograph of a baseball player getting ready to pitch. And he's wearing gray and white uniform, bluish gray. And there's another baseball player wearing orange and white. He's batting. He's a batter. And the bottom left corner is, I think it's a catcher, wearing a blue baseball cap backwards. And there's another baseball player wearing white and black, and he's sliding into the base. And behind them is, of course, the baseball stadium with all the crowd cheering and hooting and hollering for their team. Now we're going to hear what Cliff Spohn, the artist of the video game box, had to say. He said, "I did an initial design and was going to send it in, but I didn't like it, so I redid it. It sucked. This composition is much better, and I never sent in the original one. I was always doing things like that. If I didn't like it, I'd repaint it or redo it." That's Cliff Spohn. I'm sure many artists can relate to that kind of thought process. I certainly can relate to that. Many times I've been very dissatisfied with my own artwork or my own productions, and I've decided to redo it again because I just didn't like the way I did it at first, so I had to redo it and correct myself. So artists are probably the most judgmental of themselves. I know that from first-hand experience, but that's really a nice quotation from Cliff Spohn, how he was very much a perfectionist with his artwork, and that is page 83. Tune in next time. We'll be continuing to read this book. We'll read a very colorful and wacky illustration on page 84, and the video game we're going to learn about is Hangman for the Atari 2600. And we're reading about box art from the book Art of Atari by Tim Lapetino. I encourage you to get the book yourself. I'm Jeremy from Video Gamers Oasis. I hope you had a good time learning about the game of baseball. Did you like this game? Have you played it before? What were your thoughts on it? Did you ever play it? Let me know your reviews. If you liked any of these games, what do you think of Cliff Spohn's artistry of the baseball player? I do appreciate your feedback. And make sure to also subscribe to Video Gamers Oasis on YouTube. This video will be posted later on YouTube. So make sure to subscribe, click the notification bell, send some likes. I do appreciate it. Send some love to my TikTok. If you like this kind of content, make sure you share this with other people. People who like this kind of content. It's a very niche, very, very narrow niche. I do some gaming, but it's really the content on this channel, TikTok and YouTube, is for people who like video game trivia and video game research and history. So if you like this kind of stuff, please let me know that you like it. Please let other people know, so people who like this kind of niche genre can find it more easily. I'm Jeremy from Video Gamers Oasis. Thanks for watching. I hope you have an awesome and enjoyable and satisfying September 2022 this week. And stay healthy, stay safe, stay strong and refreshed. And we'll see you again next time. Bye for now.